Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Friday, July the 12th, 2024. Friday, July the 12th. Well, believe it or not, in my opinion, not too much happened today. It was a Thursday episode today for me. Let's look, these are the only two pictures I decided I even wanted to take. Cody showed up at the door bringing Felicia her phone back, and Felicia runs over there. Well, thank you, Cody. Thank you. And Maxie goes, "Hey, we're about to have dinner. Would you like to join us?" And he goes, "Maxie, Felicia, I thank you. I know what you're trying to do, but Mac knows where to find me if he wants to talk to me." As you could tell everybody, my voice still is a little bit messed up. If he wants to talk to me. So he leaves. And Mac is like, well, is this humiliation what you had in mind when it wasn't humiliation at all? As a matter of fact, Cody saved the humiliation by not going in begging for Mac to want to be his father. Good. Because Maxie and Felicia were telling him, Cody is stubborn just like you, just like you know. And he says, you wanted, Max says, for so long, I wished that blood test had been different. I wish Cody was my son. And now enough to find out that he knew and he lied to me all this time. Oh, he don't want to know. You want to know him. He's got an ulterior motive now. And so Felicia says, "No, Mac, that is not it. Bottom line, you did all that wishing. Well, now he is your son. The question is, are you gonna let more time go by because you're mad, hanging on to anger?" And he just looked at her. They had a bunch of other little Maxie said, and you forgave me for, a bunch of little chit chat. Still didn't change Max's mind, but it did start to penetrate to him. How long, now that you do know, are you gonna now turn your back on it? So look, this is mid-July. By August 7th, they'll be father and son. That's my prediction. Um, Comment Corner Land. We have Anna. She goes over to Jason and she tells Jason, "Tonight I'm gonna show up at Valentine's. I know where he keeps the sat phone, and I'm gonna walk out of there with it. This way we'll now have the evidence we need proving that he's had a pikeman." And Jason says, "What if he's moved it?" She said, "Why would he move it? He has no idea. I know it's there." And in my mind, I'm thinking, well, because he could one night keep it over there, another night keep it over there, another night keep it wherever he's keeping it, just because, right? So we'll see. So Jason says, "Okay, well, let's go." And she goes, "Wait, no, you're not going." He goes, "I'm gonna park outside of that house a distance away." She goes, "Valentine has security cameras." Or security, because I'm thinking can't be cameras, chick, because you're searching his house, which guess what? Why would Valentine Cassidy not have cameras inside his house? Seriously. So she goes, and he goes, "No, I am doing this alone." Jason said, "Well, last time you insisted on doing it alone, you ended up staying the night. Was that a part of the plan?" Well, first of all, that's none of your business. Oh, really, Anna? Really, is it? You guys are in this covert operation. Jason's your wingman, according to you, but it's none of his business that you're sleeping with the enemy. Now, who's delusional? Whose judgment is clouded? She goes, she goes, and that will never happen again. Well, we see what the picture's showing, right? Do we think it's going to go further than that couch? Look, it may not go further than that couch, but I bet you she'll sleep with them right there on that couch. Because Anna can't resist Valentine. She happens to come and he was making dinner. And he said, I'm just, it's enough for two. Now, Valentine's a bachelor. Valentine is the head of a very dangerous organization. And Valentine is chairman of the board of, or CEO, I think he's chairman, whatever he is, of ELQ. Why would he make dinner for himself? Realistically, don't most of them eat dinner at the Metrocourt? It's not like he's cooking for his daughter. He just happens to be making an elaborate dinner for himself. After all the espionage and criminal activity, hey, let me cook. Only Sonny Corinthos does that. Only Sonny, right? So we'll see. Comic Cornerland, how many of you feel Anna's going to sleep with Valentine? So don't just put I do, just because I'll forget what the question was. Just put I feel Anna will sleep with Valentine. Or I don't feel Anna will sleep with Valentine. This way it'll let me know what question you're answering. I think she's going to sleep with Valentine. So now Kevin finds, we're going to switch to Kevin. Kevin finds an article of somebody else who had cobalt poisoning, but it came in the form of, he worked in some industrial plant and he got exposed to it. But it caused violent behavior. It caused a complete shift in his personality. And once they got rid of the cobalt poisoning out of his system, and then with some therapy, his thinking, cognitive ability, everything went back to normal. So he feels that might be a case that shows that once the poison is removed, people can return to their level of thinking. But I think what we must ask ourselves is, what was Heather's level of thinking? What has it always been? It's always been dangerous, baby stealing, and everything else. So whatever. So Trina pops up. She had a toy that she found that was Ace's, and must have been from the last time she babysat. And she goes, and I wanted to bring it over. So Laura asked her to sit down, and they talk, and I fast forwarded the conversation. But at the end, Laura said, Trina, what do you feel should happen to Heather? Because, of course, Laura told her the whole thing and the cobalt poisoning and blah, 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 and everything else. So, of course, Trina says, I feel that if she was not in control of her thinking, it was a medical condition making her do that. I feel she's like anybody else. The law needs to, judge her on its merits, right? Judge her on the evidence. She goes, I just don't necessarily feel that she should just serve a sentence based on situations that have changed. New light, new documentation has come to light. And Laura's like, I see why my grandson fell in love with you. And I'm like, you know what, Laura, why don't you ask Jocelyn how she feels about it? Because remember, Heather almost hooked Jocelyn by this much. It was Britt that stepped in the way with her purse and blocked it, but really did it. Because either the purse didn't completely block it, or when Heather took this swoop, it kind of scraped her. So let's ask Jocelyn, because she almost died because of Heather, literally. And let's see what Jocelyn has to say. Trina wasn't there. Trina wasn't there at all. So anyway, um, Portia, Trina had delivered this really nice romantic dinner from the Metro Court with some wine, because it's a year since Curtis was shot, a year since, and he goes, she goes, I didn't know if we should bring it up, but Aunt Stella, let me see. Yes. Bottom line, since that happened, the whole family has rallied around him and been by his side ever since. Before, remember, they were splintered. He still was pretty much hating Portia, and, actually he had just changed his mind and was headed there to tell her. But anyway, so, he was happy and proud. And she said she was going to leave. This was for her parents to celebrate together. Portia comes home, so surprised, really liked it, but she went head in on Heather. Heather, Heather, Heather. And she's trying to, I need to know how many signatures do I need to get her overturned as the mayor. And Curtis said, Portia, do you remember? That's already been tried. Somebody already tried to get her the signatures to get her overturned as the mayor. And they had enough to have another vote. And the citizens still voted her back in. And he goes, I went to see Heather. And she goes, wait, what? Huh? And he goes, she's a different person. Believe it. I do believe it. She's changed. She's remorseful and he's blah, blah, blah. He goes, but she does not want her case reopened. He goes, Heather Weber feels she's where she belongs. So you don't have to worry. Now look, by him saying that, guess who's going to be let out by September? Heather Weber. It's going to happen just that fast. Because remember, September is when allegedly Spencer's character is coming back. Look, just because Nicholas Chavez is not coming back to General Hospital does not automatically equate to them not recasting Spencer. Recast it. They definitely could do that. So we'll see what they have in store. Sasha tells Cody, of course, you can't tell a soul. This has to be between me and you. Every time you tell somebody that, they go to their best friend and say, hey, look, you can't tell a soul. It's got to be between me and you. And you tell them. And then they go to their go-to top secret person. Hey, look, I just found out, you can't tell a soul. But what Cody was saying is, look, Sasha, it was just a kiss, right? And she's like, yes. And she says, do you think Willow and Drew are the type to go around having an affair? And she goes, no, not at all. I know Willow loves Michael. I don't understand what she could be thinking. And I'm thinking, yeah, just like you didn't think she'd kiss him, you don't know what else she would do. She's working late with Drew. Michael, I guess, called up to the main house to find out what was for dinner. And he was going to go up and get it for him and the kids. And not Willow, Sasha had her baskets. She was on her way. She had to Cody's, the stables. And then she said she was on her way to Michael's place. But she goes, well, here's your basket. I made, your dinner's packed in here. She told him what was in there. And she goes, it's enough for you. He goes, well, this'll be great for me and the kids. Thank you, Sasha. Thank you. She goes, oh, but there's enough in there for Willow too. He goes, oh, Willow's working late. She and Drew are working late. And Sasha just looks. And so they have a little conversation, and she's seeing Michael's clueless, but he loves his Willow. So she kind of pretty much left that alone. And when Cody told her, my advice is just stay out of it. It was just a kiss. Forget you ever saw it. He says, Sasha, one of the things working here on the Quartermain estates, and the Quartermains are a very wealthy family, we are going to run into information and things that we wish we didn't know. That's all a part of the job. So don't feel like you have to do something. Just leave it alone. Take my advice. And she was kind of like, you know what? I think you're right. I think I will just go ahead and leave it alone. And so she was happy, that she's going to take his advice. But guess what? It's going to something's going to happen to cause her um to say something. We already know that, right? And I think that's it, everybody. I'm looking. Oh, Elizabeth comes to see Jason. She brings Jason an acceptance letter that Jake got from, I think it's the Barcelona Art Institute, and he got accepted. And she is just like, she wanted to share it with Jason. And, she never thought he would get accepted. She goes, when he wanted to apply, she goes, I didn't discourage him, but I didn't think they would ever accept him. I didn't think they would see the value of his art. She goes, we all wish other people would see what we see with some of the things that our children do, but they saw it. He got accepted in. And so Jason said, listen, Elizabeth, I need you to do me a favor. And she goes, like, what? And he goes, I need you to let me pay for Jake's tuition. And I need you to let me pay for his expenses while he's in college. And she looked at him. She goes, well, I was just about to looking into loan applications. And he goes, why would you need a loan application when I am perfectly capable of covering all the expenses, all of them? And she's like, well, that would help because I'm still paying for Cam. And I'm thinking, Cameron got a full scholarship. What are you paying for Cameron? you know? But okay, but Cameron got a free ride 4 years at his college. So she goes, wow, she's not going to know what to do. It's just going to be her and Aiden in the house. And so he was telling her, she goes, Jason, she goes, Franco really was the one who got Jake interested in art. He got accepted, I think he said because of, Franco's encouragement, encouraging that talent. And so Jason, she goes, I know how you feel about Franco, Jason, but he did a lot for my boys, me and my boys. And Jason looked at her, he goes, you're the one, Elizabeth, who raised your sons all these years. You've done a lot for your boys. So she goes, well, I'm gonna have to run it by Jake. Or Jason may have said, how will Jake feel with me paying for this for him? And she goes, I'm gonna have to talk to him about it because he is gonna have to agree. And in my mind, I'm thinking, why? Why would Jake have to agree to have his college paid for? See, student loans, it takes you years, a decade plus to pay off student loans. So why would he have to agree? And trust me, since Elizabeth is home, she's signing them loan docs too. So why would you have to agree to keep my mother out of debt and myself out of debt? This would be like, no, your father's taking care of this. Jason will write the check to the school. Jake would never have to even get involved to get out of here. I want to know, will you let him help out? Shit. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see. But apparently, remember Jason wanted to take him to a ball game? Apparently that did happen. They just, wasn't important enough to show. And rightfully so. I'd have been bored. But apparently the ball game outing went very well. Went very, very well. So, that's good. They're making headway. All right, everybody, that is it. Nothing else decent happened on the show. I am going to go ahead and start my trusty dusty timer for Comment Corner. And on Comment Corner, I'm going to go from the bottom to the top this time. Let's see, am I at the bottom? Yes, I am. Lucy says, thanks for Thursday's GH review. Ava is pushing the envelope. Someday it'll all blow up in her face. Boom. You're right, Lucy. And then we have P. Merle said, wait, wasn't Kate's threatening Ava the last time they talked? Yes, he was. Ava and Sonny's custody battle for Avery is a bad idea. The judge may not give custody to either of them. Just leave things the way they are and keep a polite distance from each other. Even Heather realizes she belongs behind bars. Why should Heather receive more justice than her victims? Jane says, well, General Hospital hasn't been the same without Michael Easton. I think it's calmed down. It's caught down the hill, or you mean gone down the hill real fast? I am says Kate stays thirsty. He's a horrible husband and father, still blaming Sonny. The man doesn't know when he's being played. I am says to Jane, he's only been gone for a couple of weeks, talking about Michael Easton. I know. And Finn wasn't that great. Oops. Well, to me, the character didn't have that huge of an impact, only through the Gregory story. Not the actor himself didn't have that big an impact. This the character, what they wrote for him. Lisa says Ava is still is playing everyone. She can try to get custody of Avery. She didn't take care of her at all. I know, neither does Sonny. It's the nanny raising Avery. That is so true. The nanny is raising Avery. And then Lynn says, hi, Lynn. Jackie says Alexis was at one time Sonny's attorney. People know the history. Writers know the history. Yes, Alexis knows his dirty dealings as a mob boss. She was his attorney before Diane took over. Ron says Ava is doing nothing but digging a grave for herself. The more she does, the deeper it gets. Now, Kate is using as an opening to get info on Sonny and Carly as if they are working together. I know. Jane says, I hope you feel better soon. Comment Corner lady. Sorry for the asthma. I know, goodness gracious, I definitely had to take a little treatment after that yesterday. Still a little messed up. Hope your asthma gets better soon. Sandy says, come on, writers. These are the same people Sonny was calling traitors. Now he's looking for help. I know. What is that about? And then everybody, we got Denzel's comment. Make sure you go back. It's a nice lengthy one. I'll read the first paragraph. I'm definitely on Portia's side. Oh, okay. I can't believe Jordan and Liz were agreeing with Laura about Heather's release from prison. Jordan really pissed me off when she responded back to Portia saying she diagnosed Heather, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, she diagnosed Heather doesn't mean that nut Heather didn't have to be released at all, period. I can't believe Jordan really agreed mayonnaise Laura about Heather's release, shaking my head. Portia was on point. Okay. I just can't stand Portia. I fast forward her every chance I get. Judy says, I believe his job is common knowledge. Sonny is known as a mob boss. Alleged mob boss. Alleged. And then we have Lisa says, Mac feels rejected by Cody. He made him feel like he wasn't good enough to be his dad. I don't blame him to think that Cody is after something. I think Mac will change his mind when he speaks to Chase. It's his talk with Cody that really pushed him to tell the truth. And then we have Leanne says, it's time Agent Case leaves Port. Look, he should have left Port Charles 1 week after they brought his character into Port Charles. He seems obsessed in bringing Sonny down. Truth is, even with his possible help, Ava and Sonny both don't look like fit parents to care for Avery. One is a mobster, the other is an ex-mobster who likes to play with people's medication. That is so true. Sabrina says, daily recap, lady. Thank you for the recap regarding the interview with Christina and Blaze are going to do. I wonder if that Perez guy is coming to do it. Regarding Laura, I think she's going to proceed, even though Heather told her not to. She told Kevin she was going to honor Heather's wishes, but she's not. Just a thought. Laura's not going to honor nothing. TR says, TRDRE, treasure, maybe? Is John going to start bringing Sonny down now? The way John and Ava were relaxed, enjoying their drinks together, I think they're going to hit the sheets. Someone else, everyone else has. That's funny. Well, Kate may try to do whatever he want to do, but Jason is not about to co-sign to get involved with taking Sonny down. He made that plain. Lisa says, I don't think Case is actually on duty. He is working off the books, trying to use Jason to do what he can't handle doing. Probably. He is after Sonny, trying to get him for Karen's death. I haven't seen him check with anyone from the FBI. He keeps trying to get information against Sonny. He claims he's trying to get the head of Pikemen. He hasn't done anything towards trying to get that information about Pikemen, except order Jason to get him proof that Anna is running Pikemen. I know. He is the worst agent I've ever seen, even on comedy shows. I know. And then Lisa says, thank you so much for the recap. I hope your allergies and cough get better. And Lisa also says, Heather's having to justify to Laura to leave her in prison is crazy. Laura needs to do as Heather asked and leave it alone. I'm with you all. Well, that's it, everybody. That's it for Comment Corner, Comment Corner. I will be back tomorrow for another daily recap of General Hospital.